Now, the question which is first written on the board, evaluate the nature of Bhakti movement and its contribution to the Indian culture. This is 2021 question. This is a previous year question. Uh, Only one question came from arts and culture that year. Based on these questions, we have also tried to see and just apprehend maybe this question can be a probable candidate. Now, also I would like to understand students to make dear students understand that, listen, whenever we try and see one question, we don't just see it in its entirety, we also want to see it in its tangential forms. So for example, if Bhakti question has come, maybe question can come on Greco-Roman art, question can come on rock art as it did come, question can come on any cultural dynasty, a dynasty which has been in news, or simple classic questions from art and culture relating to archaeology, relating to architecture, relating to sculpture. You know, the board is infinite. So, where do you make a guess? You make a guess keeping in mind the favorite areas from where examiners give questions. You also guess on the basis of topics which are in current affair. And while doing so, we have taken great pains to understand which are topics which are in current affair. So, based of our observations which are in current affairs, the question might come about the teachings of Adi Shankaracharya. Why? Because he has been in current affair for past 1.5 year. Now, a prelims question came in 2022 with respect to Acharya Ramanujan. And now, almost in the same year, just a year before, Prime Minister inaugurated a statue, a colossal statue again of Adi Shankaracharya in Jammu and Kashmir, also in Badrinath. Now, these people who are in news, they also have a historicity. That is why they are in news. So, the idea is to go back on static, fall back on static, looking at your current. So that is why this question out here. Okay. So for example, this is the statue which Prime Minister inaugurated in Hyderabad, and this is the statue in Badrinath, right? This is of Pandit Ramanujan, and this is of Adi Shankaracharya. Now, the question was something else. The question was discuss the teachings of Adi Shankaracharya on the basis of the source Shankar Digvijay. Now, Shankar Digvijay is one of the most important sources which talks to you about the philosophy and the teachings of Adi Shankaracharya. He was a revivalist, important Hindu saint, also considered to be a person who led the revivalism of Brahminical culture and of Brahminical tradition in the light of substantial Buddhist and Jain doctrine that has been there in India at the time. So, coming up to the doctrine of Adi Shankaracharya. So, Adi Shankaracharya doctrine says of Vedanta philosophy. And Vedanta philosophy basically talks of monotheism. Okay. So monotheism or monotheistic God. Now this philosophy is also the philosophy which was propounded by, in the modern era, by the followers of Brahmo Samaj. Yes, please. That was Devendranath Tagore, Raja Ram Mohan Roy, very important proponents of Brahmo Samaj, and they also followed monotheism. Vedanta philosophy is about Advaitvad. Now, what is Advaitvad? That is non-dualism, the concept of non-dualism, which is summarized in the Sanskrit couplet Tattvam Asi. That means saying that Brahman and Atman, Brahman means Supreme God, Atman means you. So Brahman and Atman are one and the same. So whenever you leave your body, you go and assimilate into the Supreme God. The Supreme God may, through the process of reincarnation, send you back. If you achieve salvation, then that cycle of birth and rebirth stops. Now, that is a simple philosophy in a very simple way. Saint Ramanujan or Acharya Ramanujan was a votary of Vishishta Advaitvad. Vishishta Advaitvad means qualified monotheism. Both of these philosophers come saints are very close in their philosophical understandings. But one is a saint of 7th, 8th century, the other is of 11th century, right? One is responsible for setting up 4 mathas of the Brahminical religion, that is Badrinath, Puri, Kedarnath, and Sringeri Math. The other was known as the propounder of Bhakti religion, coming from north to south India, right? So these are the differences in these two philosophers. But the question which we are discussing is that of Adi Shankaracharya. So Adi Shankaracharya is renowned for his spectacular commentaries on ancient texts. He reviewed Brahma Sutra known as Brahma Sutra Bhasyas. Okay, and it is the oldest surviving commentary on Brahma Sutra. It is also considered as his best work. He has written commentaries on Bhagavad Gita, the 10 Upanishads. He is well known for his trotas, poems. He composed many poems praising gods and goddesses, etc. His philosophy was simple and straightforward. He advocated existence of soul and the supreme soul, that is the Brahman and the Atman, as I told you. And he believed that the supreme soul alone is real and unchanging, while the soul is changing entity and it does not have absolute existence. So very simple in a way you have to explain. Okay.